What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are going to do a reveal list for EX-02. I just got back from Jurassic World 3. It's really good. I might do a video about that in the future. So I'm a little bit tired, but I just noticed that they finally dropped the complete list on the Digimon card game site, so you can go check that out if you'd like and see what all these cool cards coming out. They have not put the Alti arts out for the set. I think there's supposed to be something like 30, which I think is ridiculous. It's hard enough to collect alt arts when there's 17 in a set or 18 in a set, and that's including box toppers. But yeah, and especially when they only give you 1 to 2 per box. Now, if they were going to start doing something like the campaign rares and give you more, give you like 4 or 6 per box, that would be great. That would be really beneficial and help players a lot, because I think they're making a mistake, and their mistake is that players don't want to get into this game because they have to buy box after box to get cool cards or trade for enormous prices. And I think they're doing themselves a disservice when they could go with Yu-Gi-Oh! And double their ratios. And yes, you might not have one player buying as many boxes as they used to buy, but you're going to have more players buying into the game, and that's more beneficial. Having more people buying over having single people buying more, because it gets more people playing the game, and that gets the word out there. Expands the brand, and I just think it's really silly on their part. How the ratios work, but we'll see what happens. Yu-Gi-Oh! Expanded their ratios way back in the day, and it's something I think that I definitely think that Bandai could get into, but we'll see. I don't like the way how the EX sets are formed. I don't mind the 74 card sets. I don't like that they are kind of in between a regular set and another set, or 2 regular sets, because I feel like that puts pressure on you to spend more to keep current in the game and keep competitive, which is honestly it drives people away from the game. So now you have less players buying the game and more of the devoted players buying more, which doesn't do anything, because all in the long run they burn out too. So you just basically finding ways to lose more customers every single day that this happens. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, we're gonna get into the video. We're gonna get into the card list. As just a little side I wanted to share with you guys. So of course you have the theme booster Digimon EX-02 Digital Hazard. It's based on the 20th anniversary of Digimon Tamers, which is one of my favorite seasons. I love the originals. I really like season 3 too. Even though it was different, I really like season 3. So here we got the release dates. Shows Europe, Latin America, North America, June 24th, Oceania, mid-July. I know that I think Europe got delayed like by a week or two. They're saying they won't be there in time. North America hasn't been delayed, which is funny because we've gotten delayed on everything so far. So this is the first delay that we have not got, which is kind of funny. I wouldn't mind if it got delayed. I mean, BT8 just started. I'm excited to play some decks in this set. Actually, really excited to. But I wouldn't mind having a little bit more time for BT8 before this kind of shows up. Like I said, it just feels too in the middle of things. So you get a box topper. You get the Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode Starter Deck 9 or the Mastimon Starter Deck 10. They both look really cool, which means you got to buy multiple boxes to get them, because you only get one of 2, and then if you pull the same one over and over again, that doesn't help. But you have another chance. There is the gift box coming out, which I think is coming like a month later, sometime in the summer, and that's going to have 4 packs of EX-02. It's going to have one of those 2 box toppers, and it's going to have these cool little figurines of the original Digimon of the Agumon series, and you'll get one of 8 of those, which is really cool. I'm hoping to pick up a Patamon and a Agumon at least. I don't think I'd pick up all of them, but we'll see what happens. And you can use that as a memory gauge counter, which is actually really cool. And I'm like, oh, I want an Agumon and a Patamon so bad, but we'll see what happens. See what I get. Famously, Walmart everything just gets stolen as soon as it comes in. So you literally have to be there when it shows up, because if not, someone's stolen it. And that's unfortunate, because they don't give these boxes to game stores. Like my card, where I get my cards from, is my local game store. He orders me boxes, starter decks, anything, but he can't order these because they're for box stores only, and box stores get stolen by people. So Bandai is again doing themselves a disservice, because they think they're making money, but they're not, because everything's just getting stolen. I mean, I guess they make the money from Walmart, but it's not reaching players' hands, which disheartens players and cause them to quit the game. So they need to think about stuff like that, because they're just, again, I know companies are just like, whatever, people will buy our stuff, but that's not always the case, and that's when things get canceled. So if you don't look at a situation and find your faults and try to fix them, you're going to have less people buying your product until you don't have a job, because the game's over. And not to be negative and stuff like that, but I really feel that way, and I think that definitely, if Bandai wants this game to keep going, they have to think about things like that. Imperial Digimon Dragon Mode, Massimon, really cool. And I'm really excited for the set. Let's get into the card list anyways. We'll see. So we've seen a lot of the reveals day by day with the Digimon site. So we've seen a lot of the lines, if you've been paying attention. Digimon, if it has Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name, draw one card from your deck. Xiaomon, I don't know what Xiaomon's supposed to be. Maybe it's Marine. Maybe it's like the baby. No, it's Labramon. It's the Labramon line, which is kind of weird. Viximon, of course, is Renamon, and Gummymon is Terriermon, and they all have like suspended or when you play an option card abilities, draw. Hotmon, when you have a black tamer and play this Digimon, gets plus 1,000, and Yamon, because I'm super excited to play Beelzemon. When there are 10 or more cards in in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP, which is pretty nuts. And you got the Mother D Reaper. So far, these are going to be all uncommons, which is kind of sad, because it would have been nice if they were rares, because it's not going to have a pre-release, so it's not going to have hollow babies. It's just going to have regular babies. D Reapers are rare. You got Guilmon, the Guilmon line reveal, and add a Gallantmon and one a Gallantmon or Growlmon card, and a Takato to your hand. So that's really cool. And then they all have abilities based around if you have tamers on the board. So you got the Gallantmon line, and of course you got the Megidramon, which has got the red purple Megidramon. So you could see some like mixed decks with maybe purple Gallantmon, red Gallantmon. There's a lot of options now with the dual colored cards. Maybe not so much now, but in the future. We've seen all this stuff anyways. And then Labramon. The blue line is probably the weakest part of the set. You have a blue Labramon for the first time, which is one attacking once per turn. If this Digimon has jamming, gain one memory. That's inheritable. You got the Ice Devimon. Return one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon with no Digivolution cards to owner's hand. So blue Digivolution or blue anti-Digivolution cards abilities. Caesarmon. I don't know if we had a blue version of him. Maybe it was yellow. I can't remember. He looks like one of the Devas. Unfortunately, there are no Devas in this set. I don't actually feel like we've even had any Devas. Yeah. I can't think of any. I can't think of any Devas that they printed. So yeah, no, I don't think there's been any Devas. He reminds me of the dog guy, but it's not the same guy. Gorillamon on play. You may play a level 3 Digimon card from your from one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its memory cost. That's kind of cool. Just opens up widens your board. But it's on play, so it's 6. So that's Leomon. This is one we didn't get a reveal for. Super rare. Opponent's turn while you have a tamer in play. This Digimon gains blocker, and on deletion gain 2 memory and draw 1, which is pretty beast. So I mean, at his level 2, Oh, sorry, 2 to evolve level 4. So I mean, he could be really good in blue. He's just such a bonus for just having him there. So that's kind of nice. And then of course Marine Angemon's your level 6 for the green lineup. On play for each of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards gain recovery +1, which is actually really cool. This effect can increase the number of cards in your security stack to 6 or more. So it's a cap, which is understandable. You have the Renamon line, which reveal again to search out anything and of that character's line plus a Rika. Lopmon, this is one we didn't see on play if you have 3 or fewer security cards. And Suzy is in play. I'm just going to say Suzy instead of Su Chong is in play. Recovery +1. So that's kind of cool. Cubimon, they all revolve around playing the option cards that are the cards that Rika plays in the TV series, the Modify. So that's kind of cool. It does different things, minus DP, so they all have like minus, so it's the minus DP, but using those attack modified cards or speed modified cards or whatever it is to or plugins, they're called the plugins, but to modify your monster and like take away DP from your opponent. And they're all fairly cheap, so that's kind of cool. When Digivolve, you may play Rika from your hand without paying its memory cost, and it gets his ability. I can't remember if she has an on play right now, but she might. And then you got the Terrieron line, of course. Gain 1 memory when you play Green Tamer. They all have like certain when you play a Tamer effects or using Tamers. 2000 DP, so you can have a big like 17,000 Mega Gargamon because he's just the boss. Plus a security attack. So that's cool. We didn't see Parasitemon. It looks like it has a security attack ability. Then we have the black line, Monodramon. We saw Monodramon, Strike Dramon. It's all revolving having a black tamer there, having Rio basically to control, Cyber Dramon and stuff like that. So it's all based around that. Some Digivolution in the abilities. Then we got new Guardramons, new Guardramon line with Locomon and Ground Locomon, as well as Andromon, so new Andromon. So that stuff's all cool. We got an Andromon in the last set, so far we've got an Andromon in every EX set, so we'll see. Maybe he's just in every set. Every EX set. Probably not. Sorry. Really tired. Probably not, due to the fact that I feel like Andromon will not be in the Dragonic Roar, but if there's a Messidramon line, he could just be in there. You never know. So that could be interesting. There's like EX. We're just going to put Andromon in every EX set, which I highly doubt, but right so far, he's 2-0, right? So, and then you got Reapermon. Not sure what he's doing in there. I don't think he looks like he has anything to do with the D-Reaper stuff, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's a cyborg, so no. Justimon Blitzarm. Then you got the Immon, which I think has a very weird ability because it says when this card is trashed from your deck, if it wasn't trashed by EX-039 Impmon's effect, you may trash up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Beelzemon in its name and 1 IE and Mako among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So the issue I have with this is it doesn't make sense because his ability doesn't trash cards. It's gain 3. If it has Beelzemon, gain 3,000 DP. I think that's a typo. I think you're supposed to be placing the cards in your trash. So reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add these cards to your hand, and then trash the rest. So basically, you play him, you add a Beelzemon, you add an IE Mako if you can. You trash the rest of the cards because then it gets into your graveyard and that's good for the deck. And then if you were to trash another Impmon by that its effect, you can then that one would activate its you may trash up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. I think that's a typo, and that's really sad that they didn't catch that because it's so blatantly obvious. I'd have to go look at any erratas, but I think that that's the mistake because his whole beginning of his ability doesn't make sense unless you change that to, place the remaining cards in your trash or trash the remaining cards. I think that's really weird. You got the Digimon with retaliation, and we'll go to page 2. Here we go. All the Reapers, Dobermon line, Fistamon, and Gulfmon, Beelzemon, awesome. Love his ability, really cool. Really want to play him. He's really good, and I think it makes the first one good too, so you can play both. Then you have Calamon, which is cool. Just gives, if you play this card from your hand, when you would play this card for your hand, reduce its play cost by 2. If you have Guilmon, any of those main guys in this Digimon can attack. Obviously, when one of your Digimon digivolves, you may suspend this Digimon to gain 1 memory, draw a card, and have one of your Digimon get 3,000 DP for the turn. That's just, wow. That's just big. And then you got all the D-Reaper stuff. I'm not super interested in there, but it looks cool. Everything's kind of like multifaceted. And you can play like 50 copies of Searcher, which is nuts. Just like Eosmon. So just, I don't know. I feel like if you need them, just keep 12, because I don't know if you'd ever play more than 12 Searcher. I might be wrong. With all this other stuff and other cards you'd want to have in this deck, but I just feel like 12 is probably a good number, and that way you always have enough. Like I said, I might be wrong. I haven't really looked into this deck. I'm not super interested in the Reaper deck. It's cool. It's definitely cool. And then you got your secrets: Gallantmon, Crimson Mode, and Beelzemon Blast Mode. Amazing. Oh, I love it. It just looks so fun, and I can't wait to see what the alts are like. And then you have your Tamers, which all go hand in hand with the abilities of their line: Takato, Rika, Henry, and Rio, and then IE Mako. Some of them are memory tamers, some of them are reveals. That's a reveal. Rika and Aya and Mako are memory tamers. Same with Henry. There's just tons of cool stuff. Susie's kind of cool too if we get more Lotmon support in the future. And then you have the plugins: offensive plugin A, high speed plugin D, and the Digivolution plugin S, which are all kind of cool things, and they're all 2 cost, and so that's cool. And then you got the blue card. I haven't really read that. If you have a Tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirement. Reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may digivolve one of your Digimon into it. You may digivolve one of your Digimon into one non-white Digimon among them without paying its memory cost. If you don't, add 1 Digimon on a card among them to your hand. Place your remaining cards on the bottom of your deck in air order. That's kind of cool. Honestly, the blue card's kind of cool. And I think we might see an alt art for it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think we'd see an alt art for that. Deathslinger is kind of cool, especially because the 4 every 10 cards, which is going to be really good for the Beelzemon deck. Again, I'm super excited for Beelzemon. I'm like, I just want to play this deck because I really love purple. And you also have Fist of the Beast King, which is like just really cool, great art. While you have a Digimon with Beelzemon in its name in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirement. That's kind of cool because you can play it in Beelzemon. Unsuspend one of your Digimon with Leomon or Beelzemon in its name. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Free attack, right? If you got the memory and you get another attack and you send a bunch of abilities off again. So I mean that's always fun, especially your attack with your level 5, go into your level 6, play the plugin and just go for it. So I think that's really cool. Again, I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for the Beelzemon support. I think it's gonna be really fun. Like I said, I won't mind if I had to wait a little bit longer for EX-02. I'll try to do another video when the alts drop so we can look at the different arts of the alts and go, there's way too many alts in here, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be 30. And But we'll see what happens, and we'll see what the ratios are when the boxes start dropping. So hopefully, maybe they've learned from the EX-01 mistake, because I honestly don't think they're selling a lot of EX. They probably didn't sell as much EX-01 as they thought they were going to. I saw tons of boxes out there, tons of boxes. I bought a couple extra boxes, but I don't think I went past 4 because they just weren't worth it. You're only getting one alt. It's more worthwhile to let someone else open all those alts and trade them to you than to open all of them yourself. It's just not worth your time. So, and especially when you're paying the same price as a regular box, that's another thing too. They have to realize if they're not going to put more, product in if they're not going to put more hollows in an EXO box, they got to cut the price, because when I can at least make $100 back in an $110 to $140 box, depending on where you're buying from and where you're getting from, I'm doing pretty good. When I can't even make like $50, it's not worth buying that box, other than just to get all the cards. One box, maybe 2, to get all the cards, and you're going to get most of them because you're going to, there's less cards, so you'll get more copies of commons and uncommons and rares. And then all you need after that, all you need at the end of that is supers, which are going to be dirt cheap, and then the alties. So I think, again, they're doing themselves a disservice by not putting more just into everything. But I think we've let this video run on a little long. I thank you guys for checking it out. I appreciate all your support, and looks like that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. That's all for now, folks.